their mother died. Then came Noémie. The first time he had laid eyes on her, she took his breath away, not just with her beauty, but her spirit, her intelligence, and as cliché as it was to say, her passion for life. She had introduced him to art, literature, food, music, an entire world of Paris that he'd never been exposed to. And when the war came to their beloved country, the Germans barreling right into Paris, she was the first to defy them with minor acts of rebellion. And now she was gone. Victor had known Marie's feelings toward him, and thus Noémie, from the start. He'd never imagined she would go this far. "Adeline! Charles!" he called out, his voice penetrating the large apartment home he owned in the heart of the city. Adeline, his 16-year-old daughter, was the first to respond. "Yes, Papa?" She had one of her diaries and a pen in her hands. There was a smile lingering on her face from whatever it was he had drawn her away from, and the happy expression was like a dagger to his heart. A part of him hated that he was about to take this from her, probably for a very long time. But at least she would be alive. "Get your brother. I have something important to tell the two of you." Something in his voice eroded her smile, and she quickly rushed to get her younger brother, Charles. "Come with me," he said to the two of them when they came back, drawing them toward the end of the hallway where their bedrooms were. "You both know how much I love you," he began, which immediately put them on guard. "What's going on, Papa?" Adeline asked, a wrinkle of worry in her brow. "I'm very likely going to be arrested and handed over to the Gestapo, which is why we all need to leave today." The protests and cries came instantly. "Hush, hush," he soothed. When they were settled, he turned his attention to Adeline, who was always sensible and intelligent. He'd need her to take care of Charles, her 13-year-old brother, who had his deceased mother's soft nature. "There is a man here in Paris who can make fake passports. I have his name and address written on this piece of paper," he said, pulling it from the pocket of his coat and including it in the bundle he handed to Adeline. "Take this money from my safe and this key to the store. Collect as much jewelry as you can. You know which is the most valuable, right, Adeline?" She nodded. He'd been raising her to take over Ardent Jewelers eventually, so he trusted her to pick the pieces that could easily be traded for their way out of Paris, hopefully out of France as well. "Good, good," he said, nodding. "Get started on the passports immediately. Then wait there until I meet up with you." "Why aren't you coming too, Papa?" Charles cried. "I'll be there soon," he said, giving him a reassuring smile. "Don't worry." He turned to Adeline, and he could see it in her eyes. She knew why he wouldn't be going with them, at least part of the reason why. He certainly wasn't going to tell her about what had just happened in his study. "Is this about Noémie?" He nodded. "Marie, she—" "I see," she interrupted, her eyes falling to the floor with anger in them. Adeline had always been headstrong, which often put her at odds with Marie. It also made her initially suspicious of Noémie, but Noémie had a way of inspiring people, drawing out the best in them, which eventually not just warmed his daughter to the woman, but made her respect and admire her almost as much as her father did. "I don't understand," Charles whined. "I'll explain," she said, turning to him. "Right now we have to go, Charles." Not for the first time, Victor thanked God for blessing him with such a daughter. She placed a reassuring hand on his arm and gave him a sad smile. Go get Elise." "Thank you," he said, feeling the tears coming to his eyes. When Noémie unexpectedly became pregnant with Elise, Adeline was the one to insist on making both of them part of their family. Then the Nazis came. Victor pulled both his children into him, squeezing them tight and calming Charles' cries. "I love you both so much," he said into his hair. "I'll be with you soon."